Hello, my name is Michael, and welcome to my presentation on my language app, Worldnacular. Meet Tiffany, our user persona. She's a healthcare worker in San Francisco that is married and does not have children. She's established in her career, but she wants to learn new languages with the limited free time that she has. She's of Italian descent and has family members that speak Italian, so she would also like to learn some of the language. She needs an interactive way of learning the language because that's how she retains information best. She often tries to learn while she's driving in the car because she travels between workplaces often. She does not care for trophies and achievements and prefers an uncluttered approach in an app. She'd like a focus on audio lessons so she can practice safely while she drives. So here are some of my first sketches and prototypes for Worldnacular. I have an onboarding screen that has two clickable buttons, one to log in for existing users and the other that says choose language, which will lead you to a sign-up page. I've got the home screen with a word of the day, and the taskbar appears at the bottom. I've got a profile screen. I have a saved vocabulary screen. I have a car mode here with enlarged buttons to make it easier to navigate if you are in your car. And there is a screen for choosing an audio lesson. My usability test plan had 4 tasks, a login and a sign-up page, start a car mode lesson, start an audio lesson, and a way to save a new word or definition. The 2 main focal points of the app are being able to learn in the car and the other being a focus on audio learning. So here are some of my early failures in the prototypes. These are the main pain points that came to light after some user testing. Firstly, when signing up for Worldnacular, the proficiency levels were not clear enough for some users, and they desired a button to indicate that they had no experience. The car mode feature created some confusion by not being accessible under the courses category. This also had a domino effect on accessing the audio lessons. Some of the users weren't sure if they should select the car on the taskbar or look elsewhere. And lastly, there was no way to add or save a definition within a lesson or browsing. So after the user testing, these are some of the improvements that I made based on the feedback that I got. So I reworded the proficiency onboarding screen to be more straightforward. So I just made it beginner, intermediate, advanced to be more approachable for everybody. The biggest change that I made was removing the car mode option from the taskbar, and I moved it under the courses section so you can access that once you choose the language that you're wanting to go into a lesson for. I also altered how to save a word or definition by allowing the user to browse words by language and adding them to my vocabulary. So some things I'll do moving forward to refine my prototype are review my first revisions of the low fidelity wireframes and continue user testing with a second round, evolve my low fidelity wireframes to be more robust digitized versions, repeat user testing of the high fidelity wireframes that I create, and continue to make revisions and repeat user testing accordingly. Some pros and cons for the design process that I've learned throughout the journey are creating and bringing a persona to life. I feel like that was a great process to go through and really just dive into your imagination to create a person. Conducting interviews, learning how to sketch quick, low-fidelity wireframes and adjusting to users' feedback. And then some of the challenges I faced were organizing and preparing for user interviews and testing, just setting aside the time for that and getting those in order, getting more familiar with tools like Figma and FigJam, and spending less time on small details and getting fixated on one aspect was definitely a challenge that I faced throughout the design process. Thank you for your time. Talk to you later.